If somebody asked me, is getting solar panels battery the right thing to do, I would answer that as an unreservedly yes. I'm Jack McLachlan. I live here in Cowbridge with my wife Jean.
We've been here almost 26 years. We came just at the turn of millennium.
For the last 8 years I've been learning to play guitar. In my younger days played amateur football in Scotland, and going back to actually kicking a ball after 35 years was something I thought I would never do.
Would you say you're pretty good?
That's for others to decide. I couldn't possibly comment.
Jack's an engineer and he was very concerned when the price of the fuel went up.
Being a pensioner, any big bills that come in sort of grab your attention, and there's no doubt the energy bill for us was something that dramatically increased.
And so he thought, well, let's start with thinking about how we can reduce our heating bills.
Solar technology's been there for a while, it's proven, people understand it, so it seemed like the obvious choice. Linking that to a battery makes it much more viable. Not just the idea that your bills are going to be less, but also the idea that you can be self-sufficient and, you know, life will be that bit more comfortable.
I was always quite negative about solar panels in the past.
Her first comment is, I don't want those ugly things stuck on my house for everybody to see.
I was wondering how things would look.
The process itself was very slick.
Very professional, friendly.
The actual installation of the panels, battery and electrics, was probably only 3-4 days.
They didn't ask too much of me, and Jack overseeing how things looked and where things would go.
I mean, other than the fact we had scaffolding at the back of the house for approximately a week, you would never have known that the team were there.
We have got a sort of utility space just around the corner of the house, and so everything seemed to fit in quite tidy there.
So what we can see here now is the inverter and battery. I wanted it to be discreet. I certainly didn't want it to detract from the front of the house.
Anything inside the house, we've built cupboards on so that you can't see it.
We have the gateway, which is the switch that controls the flow of the energy from the battery and inverter to the grid and to the rest of the house. The benefits of having a battery with a solar panel are quite simply you can store the energy that you generate and use it at a future time. In the circumstances where your solar panels are generating more electricity than you can practically use, the only other place it can go is to export it to the grid. Without the battery, you might in fact be generating more from your solar than you can use. You know, that's lost opportunity.
They're not imposing into the house or the garden at all.
Solar panels don't need any maintenance, they're self-cleaning. The efficiency is constantly being monitored by your system, so should there be a fault, then you get a notification and you can deal with that. Even when it's an overcast day, there is in fact radiation there that will generate energy.
I just thought, oh yeah, they look tidy, and the benefits that they give to the environment and to your own household bills.
It's been financially very positive. On a month-by-month basis, my energy bills are virtually non-existent.
Well, Jack just thought the benefit of having them was far outweighed any kind of small change to the appearance of the house. But I think, well, he was right in the end. They're not a trouble at all.
When I look back on it now about how difficult it was to, in some ways, persuade Jean that it was the right thing to do, the most difficult point was, in my mind, was holding back and not saying I told you so.
Do a bit of research, speak to people who have already gone through the whole process.
And it's just something I don't need to think about, worry about, spend any time dealing with.